Hi everybody and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. This post is from the subreddit Relationships and it's by user Is He Full of It? Me, 35 female, and my married boss, 36 male, says he's in a dead bedroom situation with his wife and plans to leave soon, but doesn't want a divorce? Hello, I am in a difficult situation at my new job and hoping anyone can offer some advice on what to do here because I have kissed a man I really shouldn't have and want to fix this situation properly, please. Here's the issue. When I first met my boss, there was an instant attraction between us. Unfortunately, he is married with 3 kids. One night after my shift, we both discussed the obvious tension happening and he said his wife sleeps in a separate bedroom and has not had relations for 3 years. He said he sleeps on the kitchen floor area on a futon bed. At first, I didn't believe him, but he showed me a photo of the bed setup. His kids' ages are 7, 6, and 5 and are his whole world. He says this arrangement has worked thus far because he came from a broken home and he works long hours, like 100 plus easy per week, so she stays at home with them. His gripes about his wife are that his house is a mess, she will not work and has not worked for the duration of their relationship. The children go to school without breakfast or are not cared for properly, as in no issues of neglect, just a general apathy. And she is addicted to all screens, like TV, iPhone, computer, etc. He says that meeting me has made him realize that he can't continue living this way and he is going to get an apartment within the next month. I am sure at this time he said he was going to leave her and the divorce word was used. Now, he has been at this job for 2 weeks and he has been swearing up and down that the above is totally true, but now he has said his plan is to move out and pay her rent plus bills. Tell her he will have his kids once a week on his day off and he doesn't plan to ever legally divorce her because she will take him to the cleaners and take his kids away from him, so this is the sensible, cheaper option. When he told me this, I shut down talking to him and said this dangerous emotional affair situation is over, that he was full of it and I was a damn fool who should know better than to get involved with a married man. He says his father never legally divorced his mother and has another partner, and it wasn't a problem for them, it was just easier than doing all the legal paperwork. He feels she is too lazy to ever divorce him, and they are so distant from each other that he thinks she will be fine with this plan because she will never have to work for life. I feel like I am doing something wrong here and becoming the other woman, possibly being played, and maybe he is lying to me about the situation. Man, I don't know what to do. So far, I have told him this is off. We are boss and co-worker, nothing more. We can't hang out and smoke after work if he wants to leave. He should leave for himself to make a change for himself and not with me in mind at all. But I think he is really stupid not to seek legal advice for both himself and any future person he dates because no other sane woman is likely to settle for someone who never plans to leave their wife officially. He says I am overreacting and not giving him a chance and not living in the moment. Is this gaslighting? How can I get out of this and make this situation better for everyone involved? All replies are appreciated. Cheers! Wow, OP, your boss's life sounds horrible. My heart goes out to him. By the way, there's this guy called Spanish Prisoner who's cousins with Nigerian Prince who I think also want to get in touch with you. And no, OP, that isn't gaslighting. He's just lying to you. Apart from all the other obvious lies, I think the most blatant one is, why would he have a photo of his bed setup? Like, who does that? And if anybody listening actually does have a picture of their bed setup, what was the reason? I'm pretty sure it wasn't to show people that you're not sleeping with your wife. Also, your boss's argumentative skills are fantastic. So you don't want to have an affair with me? You're not living in the moment. Who does YOLO at 35? Like, come on, seriously. Anyway, OP, in my opinion, there's 2 things that you need to do. 1, go to HR and shut this down, because if you don't, you probably will get fired and we'll be seeing a post from you that says, "Oh no, I got fired because I didn't want to have an affair with my boss and nobody believes me." And 2, I think you should tell the wife. Now, if you don't want to go ahead and tell her that her husband wants to cheat on her or is trying to get you into bed, then just ask her if she's okay with this setup that he proposed to you and tell her why, and let her deal with it then. And what do you guys think about OP's situation? How would you deal with it? Let me know in the comment section, and now let's move on to the community comments to see what they said. Doughchild says, 2 weeks. The guy has decided you're the mistress and shared intimate details of his marriage. All parameters are also set. You're never going to get a promotion to wife. He's also a crap parent and he's already in the best situation, but somehow it will improve if he leaves without the kids. You are the magical star in his bland life. You are way too old for this type of nonsense or to believe in any of these fairy tales. Find a new job and run away. Whatever he does with his wife or divorce is his problem. Physically leave so you're not a part of it. And OP responds, quote, you will never get a promotion to wife, end quote. That hit a nerve, so I think you might be right. While I am not in a financial situation to run away right now, I am going to put as much physical space between him and me as possible. Not quite Cockney, so maybe almost, says, this sounds a little bit sketchy. 1, okay, you've seen a photo of a futon in a kitchen and that proves he's telling the truth? 2, he's known you for 2 weeks and that's enough to show him, for the first time, that he should leave his wife? 3, he's your boss. So if his plan here is to F you and then carry on with his perhaps not sexless life with his wife, presumably he can just fire you? 4, the moving out plan sounds deeply bizarre. This all screams, run away! And OP responds, heya, yeah, the pic was on his phone and I don't know what to believe. The photo doesn't prove anything, but I guess because have not felt such an instant attraction to a man in many years, and the time I have felt that, they were a great love of mine, so my heart believed him, but now my brain isn't so sure, and my gut told me to go to Reddit. Thanks for pointing out his plan sounds bizarre. It's not just me being jealous. He says his wife has 0 feelings for him and this situation will work super easy, but maybe for him that's the case, but for me, sounds like a dodgy deal. I don't want to be gaslighted to think this is a normal separation agreement if it is bizarre. Gaslighted!
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Deleted says, quote, possibly being played, end quote. You are being played. I hate my marriage, but I can't end it right now is standard operating procedure for cheaters. On top of that, romantic relationships with a work superior are never a good idea. It exposes both of you to the very real possibility of being fired. Although, if it came to it, unless you keep proof of everything, it would probably be only you that gets fired. In that respect, you are actually probably already open to him making something up if you break things off with him. I'd definitely start polishing up my resume and looking for a new job right now. Additional information from OP's comments. The reason why I would not quit right now is that I am broke. I just moved to a new town and living week to week. Employment in this town is an issue and I get free meals and scraps for my dogs at this job. But I can look for another job on my days off. And yes, I was aware of his marital status when I kissed him, and I can only explain that I somehow stupidly, yes, believed at the time that he was telling me the truth. That he and his wife no longer even liked each other's company, would go weeks without barely speaking, and had not slept together in 3 years. He said they were more like housemates, but now that I think of it, maybe it's that way between them because he's in the doghouse for infidelity before? Maybe? I feel really stupid and sorry for this situation. I will cop it sweet at work. That's okay, but I don't want to be fired before I can find another job and get out of this messy situation. Although it's a casual weekly paying job, so I could maybe cut back or swap a few shifts and have more time to look for work elsewhere. I have a history of not picking the best partners, I suck at that. But also, when young, I had a love at first sight kind of experience and this guy just struck me. It was surreal, but now I feel maybe he could be a not so nice person who has read my hidden insecurities well. Or at the very least, a naturally charming and persuasive person. I feel so effing bad right now, and if I was younger, maybe I would want to try to find out what his story really is at home and expose the truth. But my gut is saying to just get the F out of this situation as silently as possible and slip away as soon as is reasonably possible. The ages of his kids also now seem a bit weird to me. They're all so close in age. It seems strange to have 3 kids in quick succession and then have a dead bedroom like that. He insists he wanted all his children, no oops type situation. His kids are probably cared for just fine. Alright, well, the community called it out for OP pretty heavily and straightforward, and considering everything, I still get the sense that OP is being a little bit dense, kinda like mercury yogurt, or maybe that's just me being mean. Anyways, it's time to move on to the update to see what happened next and how the story ends, but of course before that, here's another one of my playlists for you to enjoy after this video. Now let's move on with the update. Thanks to this Reddit sub for all of your helpful advice about my work situation. A few interesting truths have been revealed at work this week, so I wanted to update you on what's happened with my boss and me. First off, my job is safe for now, and I appreciate the advice to leave. However, as both my boss and I are hard workers, we have been able to put any feelings aside and work well together. I'm in a new industry and my co-workers say I am picking things up fast and getting extra shifts when others have been sick. So my gut says the job is safe for now and I am not going to get the sack because I'm valued and needed as a good worker. Second is that I found a folder in my boss's paperwork with his last name and a woman's first name. So I punched the name into Facebook thinking it was his wife. It turns out it was the name of his 7-year-old daughter, and the creepy thing is that while both he and his wife have no pictures of themselves on Facebook, it's all modeling shots of his daughter, and his wife does have a business, a home business making kids' clothes and accessories, and she has over 10,000 social media followers. So when he next asked to go for a smoke break together, I got on my high sassy horse and told him how I was disappointed he would not give his wife the credit she deserves for her online business success. That she must be working at least part-time just on the digital aspect of her work, and she is obviously not sitting at home doing nothing as he claimed. So that's the lie that bothered you? I told him how hypocritical he and his wife are by avoiding having pictures of themselves on Facebook while flooding their feed with modeling shots of their daughter, often in kid versions of adult dresses, and how sad I feel that this shallow image of being beautiful is what she will learn. As a father, he should be ashamed because when she gets older and stops being told how cute and beautiful she is, it will harm her self-esteem. I may be child-free, but that doesn't mean I don't know what is damaging to a child's psyche. He said he has nothing to do with this and he doesn't like it and can't help it as it is his wife's hobby. I said he is just lame. In business, he never says I can't, and here he is giving up. He said he doesn't like his daughter and she is just like her mother. What? I said that was very sad. He spends no time with her and she is just emulating her mother, who he chose to be with and who should get a break once a week too. I know this woman does not get a break from her kids and I see how he isn't a good father like he says. He then started texting me YouTube clips of romantic jazz songs because he knows I love jazz, soul, and Amy Winehouse, rest in peace. So I texted him some clips of Action Bronson and Riff Raff and advised him we are going to be mates so I can pay him out and not be affected by his sick, sad home life. But if he has any mates who are like the blokes I sent him clips of, to hook us up. My boss and I share a cultural heritage where the women are known for their feistiness and passion. I do have a tendency to be harsh with my words when someone has disappointed me romantically, insulted, or annoyed me. It's how I put nails on coffins and move on. It's not something I am looking to fix because it's part of my overall personality and charm. I am usually just more witty than harsh and usually chill unless provoked. About his wife, this is something I think she should know about. I am usually someone who tells when I see cheating happening, so it's been on my mind. To be honest, the main reason why I would not tell her is because her Facebook has 0 photos of her or him and only of her daughter dressed up like those beauty pageant toddlers in tiaras. As such, this woman goes against everything I personally stand for. So I am wary of putting myself out on a limb for someone I would struggle to respect in real life. It is bad not to tell, but I have called my boss out on being a poor husband and father. I hope that hearing this from me enlightens him to be a better father and husband and support his family properly. Which is ultimately what I figured she would want as a wife and mother of his kids. And at the heart of it, I feel I do have an okay moral compass. No, you don't. Or I would have pursued this fling further. I felt wrong and I put a stop to it. So if I tell the wife now, it will be partly because of feeling vengeful and wanting to cause trouble. So I am just not going there. I am at peace with my decision to stay out of this one. Anytime he brings up anything personal at work, I just make random philosophical comments about men and women or make a joke about celebrities I crush on. I am not entertaining into any more lectures or chats with him about his personal life, which is what Reddit advised. So yep, we are back to platonically friendly, but I have managed to squash this unhealthy person from being anything more than a coworker. Cheers again, Reddit! Okay, well OP, I guess you think this is some sort of a happy ending? I don't think it is. I personally think you're an idiot, but that's just because of everything you said. So my judgment might be a little bit off. In any case, I hope you stop doing stupid things like trying to have an affair with your boss. Take care OP and thank you for sharing. Now I most definitely need a mood booster, so if you do too, let's get on with that. This post is from the subreddit Malicious Compliance, and it's by user Throw Down a Staircase. One gift for birthday and Christmas? No problem. I love birthdays and have always loved celebrating them, both for myself and for others. I love to give gifts as much as I love to receive them, but I was born in December, so it's always been an uphill battle getting people to celebrate mine or separate it from the religious holidays happening that month. For me, it's not about the gift, but the principle. I've had several friendships where I was expected to help plan and pay for expensive gifts, dinners, trips, etc. for a spring or summer birthday, only to be told what an inconvenience it was to have to do something for a December birthday. I've been called greedy and childish, and have even had people ask me why I can't just combine my birthday with someone else to make it easier. It makes the friendship feel one-sided and makes me feel like an inconvenience. I don't get so upset about it anymore, but I do have some firm birthday rules. 1. You don't have to get me anything, but if you do, just pick one, birthday or Christmas. Keep them separate. And 2, whatever the agreement is, let's make it mutual. If no birthday gift is the agreement, should hold for all birthdays involved, not just the inconvenient ones in December. Well, a best friend and I recently got into an argument about it because she felt I was being selfish for wanting 2 gifts in the same month. When I said that we don't have to do birthdays, she insisted that she should get a separate gift for her birthday in March because it's a different time of the year. I pointed out that this was unfair, but she wouldn't hear it, so I jokingly said in the end that if she gave me 1 gift for the month, I would purposely wait until March and give her an empty box for her birthday. She said sure, go for it, and as promised, she gave me 1 gift for both days and told me to stop being so childish. So March comes around and she has a little get-together, and the time comes to open gifts. When she unwrapped mine and saw that it was empty, I said, "Merry Christmas," and she got really upset. She said I was being petty and childish and that I was going out of my way to ruin her birthday. The other guests seemed really upset too, and some of our mutual friends want me to apologize. I am refusing to do so, and we haven't spoken since. Well, OP, she told you to go for it, and you did. Good for you for standing your ground. Thanks for sharing, OP. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. Now, if you've gotten to this point in the video, I assume that you like these stories that I'm reading out, so here are a couple more that you might enjoy. And if you don't have any time to watch another story right now, save it for later, and also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.